lifeblood for this combat outpost out here. They use 1,200 gallons a day here.
There it is.
There they are.
Everything they do relies on fuel. Heat, lights, vehicles going out, and without fuel, these guys should get shut down. They've come close a couple times. I mean, my job is when they get critically close to do whatever I can to get fuel to them so they can stay operational down here. The last convoy that came down here was a couple years ago, so we have to drop every bit of fuel by air. But I'll do another drop next week and another drop the week after that. And my goal is I want to get 70,000 gallons here.
Cool, are they heavy?
Yeah, they're pretty heavy.
These boys are absolutely relying on this down here. Fuel ran out here, be sitting ducks pretty much.
Come on.
We're working hard down here doing a thankless job, and it's a hard lesson. Too bad more people can't experience it.
We have an oil dependency or addiction because just of the way our society operates. It's fueled our economy, and it's not been a burden we couldn't tolerate, and one we were willing to pay to this point.
Oil, gas, coal have been very, very good for the United States. They are a key part of the reason why we're such a great country.
The rhythm of pumping, the unceasing heartbeat of the oil fields. Pumping black magic from the earth, the refinery with its technological towers, minarets of science. Oil means horsepower in a horsepower-using world. And on the open road, well, you know what makes your auto run.
Everything you look at, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, from plastics to transportation to lubrication to anything, toothpaste, I don't care what it is, it's tied to petroleum.
It's why our economy is good, our quality of life is good, and our national security is good. But it's time to start changing.
Growing up in southern West Virginia, I was taught that service to my fellow man is among the highest callings that you can have.
I went to West Point, and that was the best school that anyone that I knew had ever gone to from my high school. We didn't send people to the Ivy Leagues. You know, maybe one guy 1 year went to Army, maybe 2 years later, a guy would go to the Naval Academy. And those are the folks that got away.
Pay the hell attention!
I studied a lot of really highly skilled technical knowledge. Some advanced training. And when we got to Iraq, I was appalled at how little of it we actually employed. And just how much time was wasted on getting and protecting fuel.
I spent 23 years in the Marine Corps. I served in the first Gulf War. I did a lot of logistics. That was my primary specialty. Anybody who's ever had to move that amount of material and that amount of troops knows what a big undertaking that is. You obviously use a lot of fuel doing that, so it can be very difficult, very time-consuming, and we spend a lot of resources just moving fuel throughout the battlefield.
We're gonna make it right at the gate.
First 5 years, I was in the military police corps.
Good copy, we're standby.
And the last 6 years, I was a truck driver, 88 Mike. Yeah, I was trained in military police, but you know, we're not just military police out there. We're infantry, we're scouts. We are whatever you need us to be, we'll be. But convoy was always one of those jobs you always have to fall back to. Everybody needs fuel, everybody needs supply. If we go about 70 miles, and we're gonna have to refuel. But we always top off anywhere we go to if we have a fueling station.
My job in the Army was I was an 88 Mike, a truck driver. And while I was in Baghdad, my main mission was to deliver supplies and water and fuel. Basically, it's a roll of the dice. And you hope for the best.
I'm security element leader on convoys. My primary objective is to make sure the safety of the Marines and everything that we escort on these missions.
Oil's good. Oil's good to go.
We take the same route all the time. They say change it up, but there's only so many routes in Iraq you can go.
There's a white sedan with 4 passengers passing on the left brake at about 500 meters past that. In the car? Yeah, just want to. Try to get a look at him when we close.
As a truck driver, my biggest threat was IEDs.
Truck one's hit, truck one's hit.
Our truck is down.
The gunman attacked a convoy, but a driver was killed and more than 24 tankers were destroyed.
We've been traveling today with 2 vehicles and a total of 13 personnel. The TCs are myself and Sergeant Cunningham.
The mission of our entire scout platoon was escorting fuel convoys.
There are 2 new vehicles on the BOLO list, both to be known suicide bombers.
Are there any questions? No questions. No questions? Share your main seatbelt at all times. Could be a bumpy ride.
They were scouts, some of the most elite soldiers in an armored battalion. This is what they did. They guarded fuel convoys instead of going out and doing a scout's job.
All right, watch the road.
These efforts create opportunity costs, which mean that those forces are not available to perform other combat missions that are vital to the success of the overall mission.
We lost a tremendous asset that we otherwise would have had, gathering intelligence, engaging the local population, building up our awareness of our area of operations, rooting out the insurgency, which we were beginning to see at the time. And the mission that we needed to be working on. No, they were guarding convoys, driving up and down the road. These are soldiers, and these are guys who know the risks that they're taking.
But we were not prepared to have so much of our time consumed by fuel resupply. That supply mission came to dominate everything that we did.
When I squeeze the gas pump, you know, I think about it.